What's going on, guys? Pro Talk here. I'm back again to my Wrestlemania review series, and I'm here for Wrestlemania 9. Wrestlemania 9, I would always say that it was an okay show. It wasn't the best Wrestlemania. I'm gonna get into the reasons why I don't think it was, because obviously the Hogan thing. I'll talk about more of that later. But you could see back like then they was they was focused on life after Hogan. So even though Hogan was still there, they was focused on the new generation, like guys like Carl and Shawn Michaels. He had two great back-to-back opening matches for WrestleMania. One with Tatanka, which was this one, and one with Tito Santana the previous year. And you could tell that Shawn Michaels was slowly getting there to the main event. We won't see till a couple more years later, but they were slowly building him up bit by bit by bit to make him that main event star that he would become and that legend. And he had two solid, good opening matches for WrestleMania, and in my opinion, probably the best matches on the show, in my opinion. And then you have this other match. Oh, let me get to the card here. Then you had after that you had the Steiner brothers versus the Headshakers. I thought that this was a good match. It was a good match. Yes, it went on a bit longer than it should, but it was a good match. I enjoyed it. The Steiner brothers get the win. Um, so they get the win, and then you get Doink versus Crush. Now, yes, I thought that this match was pretty fun. The ending of the match comes where basically the ref takes a ref bump, and the other Doink comes out, and then you've got Bobby Heenan saying, "Oh, wait a minute, did you see that illusion, Jr.?" And then JR's like, "What are you saying, Heenan? There's two clones there. There's not just one person." And commentary was awesome the whole night. Like him, Savage, and Heenan, like those three guys on commentary were great. I don't think they even. I think that's the only time they did commentary. I think at SummerSlam they did commentary, but I think apart from that, that's one time they did commentary because those guys on the night were really good and they really bounced off well off each other. Like the chemistry was like bouncing off well for everybody. Like they knew the timings, they knew what to say and stuff like that, which I thought was awesome. But yeah, Doink Kong gets a win by help by another Doink Kong lookalike. Then we get Razor versus Bob Backlund. Now, this was the time when Razor came in like 93, 92, and he came in as a heel, obviously, and this was before the 1 2 3 came in, and they was having him as a baby face, and he just came off of being a heel, so they was trying to establish him as a face and stuff like that, and they brought Bob Backlund back to put him over. I thought that Bob Backlund did a great job putting him over. It wasn't like a long match, but it didn't need to be because the story was told that obviously this is Razor into the future, and Bob Backlund is also passing the torch to obviously Razor Ramon. Then we had the Money Inc. versus the Mechanics, which was Hogan and Beefcake. Um, it was I thought it was a solid match. Money Inc. get the win. But before they actually get the win, they was actually going to walk out the match, and then basically the ring announcer the thing says that if they leave, then basically the titles will get stripped. So they continue with the match. Teddy DiBiase gets a roll up on Beefcake for the win, and they retain their titles. Then we get Lex Luger versus Mr. Perfect. Um, this was when Mr. Perfect was turning face. I thought it was a solid match. Like I was never a big Lex Luger fan. I also thought it was like a Hulk Hogan 2.0, and I could never really get behind him. And I don't know why I couldn't get. That's his win, Mr. Perfect, and then the Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez. this match, this match, this fucking match, like the worst. I said it in my last video, like they give Taker some bad opponents for WrestleMania early on in his days. I think the second half of his career was his best opponents he had, in my opinion. But this first part, I know apart from Jake and obviously Jimmy Snuka, like apart from those guys, like earlier, like really early on in the streak, they given shit opponents. So, and then Giant Gonzalez is like the example of that, which is terrible. Then the Undertaker wins by DQ because Giant Gonzalez gets himself disqualified. Then we get Yokozuna defending his WWE Championship against Bret Hart. The match was an okay match. Bret Hart, well, Yokozuna wins because Mr. Fuji throws the salt in the eyes of Bret Hart because he had him in the sharpshooter. And then who came out, brother? It was Hulk Hogan, brother. Brother, oh brother, because Hogan played politics, brother, and Hogan's gonna finish up a WrestleMania, brother, and it's not, he didn't want a job. The thing was, Hogan said he didn't want a job to a smaller guy. Bullshit. Hogan wanted the fucking moment for himself. So Hogan comes out, Mr. Fuji challenges him to the match, he takes it, Hogan leg drops him, he wins, he goes, brother, I've done it again. And that was that. So basically Hogan politics himself to go on top. Now I'm not a Bret Hart fan, okay, but Bret Hart was coming into his own. He was like Bret Hart this time, like especially this and WrestleMania 10. He was coming to his own, and then to Hogan to come in and play politics for this, fucking bullshit. Like damn. And then that was the end of WrestleMania. Hogan plays politics, so in WrestleMania, brother. And that's it. What do you guys think about this WrestleMania 9? I don't think it was not the best, but you had some good things about it where you could see the future of where the company was going with obviously the new generation. But apart from that and the Hogan politics, I didn't think it was a really good show. It was a solid one, but wasn't the best. So yeah, leave your thoughts on WrestleMania 9 in the comments, and I'll check you guys later. Peace.